Yo, 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 what is up, you guys? It is your boy, HamzaConnection, coming at you live. Well, welcome to the Journey Podcast. Something happened. Somebody found out that I was making podcast episodes, and it was my colleagues from work. And as you may know from the previous episodes, I was like, hey, I didn't want to promote it. It was more important for me to get going and start doing the podcast episodes. And afterwards, I would go ahead and I would promote it and I would do some stuff. But right now, the most important thing was like, hey, just producing content. And then afterwards, maybe promote it, maybe doing the thing. Because I feel like this is fun and I'm hopefully helping some other people. But there are some of my colleagues at work. And if you're watching this, hey, what's up, you guys? Well, they wanted to check out my podcast episodes, and I am super grateful for that. And because this enables me to actually get a lot of feedback from people, and they were pretty cool and all that stuff. I love the feedback. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to you guys. Like, thank you so much. Um, Primarily feedback I got was I need to switch up this mic. If I want to go all the way, like people are not like they told me like people would not like to listen for like a lot of time, like an extended period of time, if the sound is not smooth. If the sound is not smooth. So basically I might at some point have to, like, yeah, I have to get a new mic and stuff like that. I also talked about that in previous episodes where I was like, okay, let me reach my goal first and then try and get a new mic and see, like, hey, is this fun? Is it not fun? And all of that stuff. Because right now I'm just recording through my headphones and the sound quality is not that good at all, they told me. And it was actually a pretty valuable tip because I was like, let me just get started, but let me see if somebody complains about the sound. I'll probably see and go for like an upgrade. If somebody doesn't complain about the sound, I'll just keep on going like this. But obviously, when you talk into a studio mic, when you talk into various mics and stuff like that, it is a lot better sound than that. And yeah, a mic here, like I'm from Denmark right now, so I'm in Denmark right now, so a mic here is like it's like 500, 1,000 kroners. I have no idea what that is in US or in pound and stuff like that. But it's yeah, it's a decent amount of money if you just doing this like for fun and all of that stuff. So I was like, should I invest? Should I not invest? I'm glad I didn't invest in a mic when I started because I wanted to emphasize the focus on the podcast about just emphasize, just starting the podcast episode, just starting to produce content. And here we are, almost, I think I'm almost hit 50 episodes now. And I am pretty happy with that. Like when I hit 50, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool because I will be like, yes, I produced 50 podcast episodes. That's gonna be pretty damn awesome. But basically, this podcast episode is more like an update, and it's also more like the importance of getting feedback from people that are actually listening to you. Because putting a product out there and in its non-polished form, people will be able to tell you, hey, what are you doing good? What are you not doing good? So, for instance, one of the things was like, one of my colleagues from work was like, well, do you just like how do you do it? Do you just talk in the camera or do you read something in line? And as you guys may know, that I'm just talking off my head. I'm like I have no monitor, nothing scripted, nothing written down. The only thing I'm thinking like, hey, I experienced this and this has been useful for me. Let me go ahead and share. And then I turn on my phone, turn on the app on my phone and put on my headphones and start recording. That's basically what I do. So it's not like I'm writing this down. Sometimes I'm thinking like, what would I talk about? And then I get the idea. But once I got the idea, I can usually just express it because I'm just talking to you about the things that I've experienced. So it's not like I have to try and make something up because it already happened. So I just sort of have to recall and basically go through whatever's on my mind. And this is kind of cool. So it's cool. I was happy to get that feedback that, whoa, cool, man. You can just talk off the of your head without scripting and without being like I have no idea what to say. This is actually pretty cool. So I'm happy for that. So both positive and negative feedback. Nothing negative feedback. There's no negative feedback if you think about it, because it's like it's something that points out a flaw, and that flaw you can fix, and now you're more aware of it. So now I'm more aware. Okay, sound quality. Okay, this does mean this much for the people that's like listened. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, cool. So now I know that, and I encourage you guys to give me even more feedback if you like. Also, all the other guys that hopefully will watch at some point. I'm hoping that, yeah, you will, like, don't hold back. Obviously, be constructive and stuff like that, but still, it's like, don't hold back. Like, let me know. The good thing about it is I'm happy about that. Nobody said like, okay, the content's not that good, or the content is bad, or the content sucks, or what you say doesn't make any sense at all and stuff like that. It was more like the audio quality, which I was almost aware of, but now I know how much it means, and also just being able to talk. I never was like I didn't think it was like good per se, but now I'm like, okay, cool, that's nice, and I appreciate the compliment. Like, seriously, I do. So what can you learn from this? I guess just putting your content out there, and then people will come and give you feedback. Like, ask people for feedback. Do that because people will try and help you. And sometimes you can get some feedback. Well, you might take it personal. I didn't take any of this personally because they said it in a really, really awesome way. Stuff like that. So it was cool. Super supportive colleagues. I love them. So that was it. But sometimes you also have to be like prepared to get some harsh feedback when you're putting an unpolished version of yourself out there. Another thing I wanted to talk about was this. When I was like, okay, my colleagues are watching now. Shit, I have to be different. I like in some small seconds, I was like, fuck, man, I have to be different. My colleagues are watching now. And basically now I realize that shit, man, I ain't gotta be different. I just gotta be myself, because I was doing podcast episodes before they were watching, and now they're hopefully gonna watch some more and stuff like that. But it's like it doesn't really matter. I shouldn't like try and change up my style just because I know that certain people are watching or certain people are checking it out, because I just want to be me, and not like a version of me where it's like, obviously, like I'm a little bit different and work compared to when I work for myself or when I shoot these like podcast episodes. But I try to be my most authentic self all the time. So I didn't want to be like, oh shit, then I can't say this and then I can't say that. And if I curse too much, what will they think of me and stuff like that? I was like, in a short second, I was like, fuck, man, shit, I probably have to change. But now, like, shortly afterwards, I was like, nah, be authentic, make the podcast episode. People like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. And this is the benefit about being yourself. Like, if they like it and if they want to check you out and stuff like that, and if they want to see like more episodes, then that means that they like the version that you're putting out about yourself, being authentic. But if you're putting out a fake version out there, people will like the fake version. But that doesn't mean they like you. They like the fake you. So I much rather get and it also goes the other way around. Like, if you put out the real version and they dislike the real version, then they dislike the real version. But I'd rather have it that way than any other way. I guess that was it for this podcast episode. Hit the like button if you like this podcast episode. Follow my journey and hit the subscribe button to follow my journey. So I guess that was it. Take care, you guys. Peace.